All right, guys, welcome to the call. Today we have one of our clients, Tim Black, on, who recently just finished up his first launch, did $27,000. That's with the I'm looking at my notes here. That's with the Warrior Plus offer and also the webinar as well. Tim, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
All right, so I just want to get started here real quick with a little bit of a background, like what you've done in the past, where you've come from. Have you ever done launches before? You ever thought about it before? What's your background in the internet marketing space?
I'm going to answer those first two questions real fast. I've never done a launch before, and yes, I've wanted to do it for a long time. And well, just you and I have known each other. I've been a student of yours for what, 7, 8, 9 years. It's been a while. So learned a lot from you and helped my own business, which is a digital agency. So started online back in 97. If you want to go back that far, I actually sold full time on eBay from 97 to about 07. 03, I got some coaching from people in the internet marketing world. I'm going to try to condense this for you. Learned a lot about marketing my own products back then, back when it was done a different way, like 20 years ago. Marketed some courses on how to sell on eBay. Didn't really like it. And then around 07, 08, because I didn't like marketing my own stuff. I like marketing other people's stuff. And so around 07, 08, people started asking me and my wife, she was my girlfriend then, to start making them websites because she's really good at code. I was pretty good at marketing. And so we kind of rolled that into like 2009, where like officially became a digital marketing agency. So that's what we started doing in 09. I've been on Warrior Plus talking to and learning from guys like you in the offline space for a long time. So, and I think I've asked you about this before, but I've always wanted you to, like, I like learning the offline stuff, which is cool. And I still do that business and continue to do that business and don't plan on stopping because I like that business and helping people and having an agency. But I've always wanted to launch courses and do coaching and stuff like that, like you do. And so I was pretty tickled when I got the opportunity to come on board and learn the course creator coaching. So I guess that's
and it seems like, I mean, with all your experience, you definitely have a lot to offer to the audience.
Yeah, I mean, I'm legit just saying this is what I do. You do it too. I mean,
right.
I'm kind of following your lead. I mean, you say I know how to do it, so do it, and it works. So
right, and there's a lot of people in that space that just teach theory all day long, and it's a big problem, and not a lot of people realize it.
Correct.
But someone, I mean, you started in 99, so that's what, like 30, like years 22 years, 22 years of experience. I mean, that's a lot that you can
give online. Yeah,
a lot of value. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So before you got started with the program, what do you think your biggest problem was in your business?
In my business of like,
well, let me put it this way. So you said you wanted to launch products.
Yeah.
Right. What was the big thing that stopped you from doing that?
I just didn't know where to start, man. I mean, I knew that Warrior Plus or JVZoo or someplace like that was the place to go, ClickBank or, go create courses, but I just didn't have an outline. There's a lot of minutia I've come to find out, which is fine. You just need to know how to do it. It's not hard, but I just didn't know where to even start. Like, how do I put an offer together? How do I put a funnel together? Like, what's a good product? Do I, because, there's that perfectionist in you where you just want to go and go and go and never actually finish it. And I was like, is it 50 hours of content? Is it 10 video? I just didn't even know what to do, let alone how to build out a funnel, how to put it correctly on there, just the whole thing, man. I didn't know how to get affiliates, none of that. I didn't know any of that stuff. So, I mean, I had a desire, but I didn't know what to do. So,
and all that stuff, I mean, I think you would agree, all that stuff is covered in the program. Like,
oh, I mean, that and more. I mean, it's, you have not left no stone unturned. Literally, it's just all there. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad you're liking it. So why did you choose this program over a lot? There's a lot of programs out there that teach you how to launch courses. I mean, most of them teach you how to run courses with Facebook ads and stuff like that. So this is a little bit different on that angle of it. But why did you choose this over everything else?
Oddly enough, I haven't had 2 other coaches that launch courses and do stuff. And I never got it was more like, just go make a course and then go sell it. I'm like, okay, I mean, I can do that, but I went with it because it was you, dude. I mean, because I've been watching you do it for years, and I know you crush it, and so I chose it because of you. I mean,
and well, thank you for that. And there's a lot more to it than just go create a course. And as you know now, it's a lot more to it.
I hate to even, well, I don't even know if I should say this. If you can edit stuff out, not that the course shouldn't be good, and not that you shouldn't BS people, not that you shouldn't give them everything you've got, but I don't want to say it, the course is almost an afterthought. The course is almost the last thing you do. Like, you have to get all the other stuff in place first. And that's what I never knew. You have to set it up right. You have to get the funnel right. You have to get copy right. You have to get your affiliates right. You have to get all that stuff right. And then once all that's right, you have to get
Right.
the idea right. And then once all that's in place and like, okay, then you go create the course. And like the course was almost the least important part. And I don't mean to say that in a weird way, because it's the thing you're selling and it's important and you need to help people, but it's almost the PS at the end of this friggin' letter you got to write.
Right. And you know what? If people can take that advice, which is, I believe, correct, that's what we teach. If you could take that advice, but also still understand you have to get results for the customer,
100%.
then you're golden, because your course has to fit your copy, not the other way around.
100%.
And you have to get those JVs from day number one. Like, you have to start recruiting JVs number one. So you're right. The course is the last thing that you do.
Yep.
But you also have to make sure you get results, because if you get results, you can kind of like use that to get your next course off the ground, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So
absolutely. That's what's going to happen.
Which you did it perfectly.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I just followed directions. I just went through. I mean, it took me a couple of weeks. A couple hours a day, just going through every little thing. Not that I just kind of went slow and cautious. I'm not saying it's overwhelming. I'm not saying it's too much. I'm not saying it's going to take you, 2 or 3 weeks, but I just wanted to kind of go through everything step by step. And it's right there. It's just like, do this, then do this, then do this, and set up your funnel, and then put your links, and just, I mean, it's all right there. So
I say it all the time. If you just follow what you're taught, and I do this when I invest in a lot of coaching as well. If you just follow what you're taught, it's probably going to do pretty well. You're going to get the result.
Lo and behold. I mean, yeah.
So as far as the results that you got and the wins that you have, just summarize them for me. Like, what have you seen so far? What kind of wins have you seen so far since joining the program?
I mean, like you say, me personally, and this is like, maybe results aren't typical, but I mean, I had over 1,000 sales on my first launch, which is, bonkers. I knew people kind of in the space because I'd been their customers for a while. So I started reaching out to guys early and say, hey, I'm going to launch something. Maybe take a look at it. Mm-hmm. I was hoping to get 100 sales, 250, just because, that little 250 comes up on Warrior Plus. That looks pretty good for your first launch. I couldn't even dream that I was going to get 1,000 sales. It's crazy. And so, and that really helps build credibility, I think, for the next one, because I'm going to launch another one tomorrow, as you know. And I don't even know if it's going to do that well, but whatever. If I get 250 or 500 sales, that wouldn't hurt my feelings. But the results have been crazy. I mean, I just pocketed there's obviously fees and stuff. There's 27 was what we generated, but I didn't take in 27, which is fine because you have to pay the affiliates, but
right.
You're paying them to give you your list. People are paying to be on your list, which is amazing. So, a chunk of cash I can't lie, a chunk of cash is pretty nice to have. And then having what I got, over 1,000 people now on my list. It's
who are going to keep buying from you over and over and over again, because your first product got results for them.
Exactly. So, I don't know what to tell you. I took home a good chunk of money. I think, let me tell you, should I say numbers or not?
Yeah, you say whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Well, because you have to pay the affiliates out. So we generated 16, but I think I gave out a little more than half, I think. So I think I took home 6 from the launch and 10.5 from the follow-up webinar, which is huge, by the way. The whole follow-up thing is where the money's made. So I made 15 grand. Awesome. 1,000 sales. Awesome. You look good. No people notice you on Warrior. The affiliates are coming, they're beating down the door. All these people want to be your affiliate.
Right.
I can keep launching these things. I can get people in the mid-ticket coaching. Now I can mail for other people now. And if I see a good offer, I can make money on somebody else's offer. It's just, the results are amazing, dude. Amazing.
Yeah. And the fact that you transitioned into a mid-ticket webinar as well.
Yeah. Right off the bat.
Talk about that a little bit, because a lot of people freak out about that. I can get them to do a sales video, I can get them to do a product launch, but then when it comes to spending an hour with a group of people and trying to sell them something at $500, they're like, whoa, that's really difficult. How did you find that experience? What did you think of it?
It was a little easier than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be kind of hard, but because you have a script in there for how to do it. There's 3 scripts. Aren't there 3 different styles of webinar? And I just picked one because one of them is because you don't have results yet. So you just sit in there and teach stuff to people. So I did it. It only took 35 minutes to get through the whole thing, to teach people and then ask questions and kind of pitch them. It wasn't that hard. I was a little nervous. My close was not great the first time, as you know. I did pretty good on the replay, or on the encore, I should say. And the replay was so, but still I had just over 20 sales at $500. So it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, and the thing is, it's not like, it's funny you say it because people get nervous, but it's not like doing a webinar is not like standing in front of a, at the hotel, the ballroom, trying to
No, it's
pitch
like
from the
walking
stage.
around your office talking to yourself, basically.
It's this. It's me with my headphones on, looking at a PowerPoint and banging it out, and there's not any video, and I don't have to. People aren't jumping in, hammering your questions. You just kind of go through your script, and then people ask questions.
Like there's no difference if there's 10 people there or 1,000 people. It's the same exact thing.
Or one person. It's like you and me talking. It's even less it's less interaction than this. It's me talking. I audibly answer questions that people write in. So it's not like, it's easy, man.
Yeah.
It's easy.
So after doing all this, and obviously you're going on to your second launch and everything else, and we'll hopefully once you see more results, we'll talk again. But how has this changed your life as far as lifestyle goes and things that you're doing in your life?
I mean, what should I say here? So the biggest thing is this, and this is the truth about any online agency or offline agency, which we have. People come and people go, and so there's always attrition in that world. And so I actually lost pandemic, all that crazy stuff. We had a really good 2020. 2021, we lost like 2 huge clients at the beginning of the year, January, February. We lost a $3,500 a month client and a $2,000 a month client, which is like, it's kind of gut wrenching to lose $5,500 of revenue. Not that I can't go out and hustle and make that again. I've actually added clients since then, but this is like kind of relieve that pressure of like not having to go to have 2 main income sources, I guess is the biggest thing for me. I mean, if I can do this once every 4 to 6 weeks, like you said, and pull in 15 grand, that takes a lot of damn pressure off, me and stuff like that. So that's probably the biggest change. I hope that's not too abstract, but having that kind of reliable or it's reliable second source of income, because there's no reason I can't just keep doing this and launch stuff. So I think that's probably the biggest thing for me. It's
funny you say that, because that was always the biggest thing for me too. I kind of phrase it a little bit differently, but for me, it's like, it was like a freedom thing. So
totally.
I always knew that no matter what happened, like we were talking before we started the recording a little bit about like cryptocurrency and stuff, like now I'm in a little bit of a different financial situation, but back in 2007, 2008, 2009, I could make investments that were a little risky because I knew that if I lost it, Warrior Plus launch, good to go.
Good to go.
Like that was it. Like I knew that I could take risk in other businesses because I knew I had that Warrior Plus that I could just slip in there and make 15, 20 grand very easily, followed up with a webinar, make another 15, 20 grand, be done. So that's big. And I think that a lot of people will see that. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
The last question I have for you, if somebody is on the fence about joining this program, what advice would you give them?
I just do it, man. I don't even know. I don't know how to say that nicely. Just don't even be on the fence. Either just do it. I don't know what else do I say? I generated 27 grand. I pocketed 15 in a couple weeks worth of work. I've got a list built up. I don't know why you wouldn't invest.
Easiest way in the world to make money on the internet.
Yeah,
by far.
No, by far. It's the easiest thing I've ever done. I mean, there's work involved and you don't BS people, but it's not hard. It's not hard at all.
And the other thing too is I say this all the time. Online, it's selling information. Offline is selling services to local businesses. That's the businesses that I'm in, those two. And you're doing the same, you're following the same exact path. You just getting into the online courses thing, but the offline stuff, selling services to local businesses and selling online courses. If you're offline, sell services. If you're online, sell information. Those are the 2 easiest ways to make money. You're right. There's a lot of work involved. It's not easy the first time out, but if you follow the steps, the results are there.
Well, I didn't say this either. Let me just interject this as one last thing. The second one was, I don't know, 10 times easier than the first one. Because the first one, you have to really learn it. And I have to put this in here and do this. And the second one, I just banged out. And it's only my second one. So I'm like, I could do these one a month easy. Right. So it's just the first one. That's the other thing I'll tell people too. It's just the first one that's hard. Once you get the first one down, I think they become progressively easier. I mean, wouldn't you say?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I could do an entire launch in a day.
Yeah.
From start to finish. And that's without a product created. I could do the whole entire thing in one day.
I feel confident I could do that on my fourth one. I think I could probably bang it out in one day.
The whole process takes me 19 hours.
Oh, wow.
To the number, to the
okay.
minute.
Well, then I need a couple days because you don't sleep, I sleep.
Well, I'm saying if I had to.
Kidding. Yeah, if you had to, no, I got it. No.
And I've done that plenty of times where it's like, I'm coming up on the day before and I got nothing.
Right.
And I'm just banging away. All right, Tim.
Right.
So that is it. Congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
Awesome. You did an awesome job. And I'm looking forward to hearing a lot more from you in the future.